Welcome to episode 4 of the Quadcast. Take number 1.
Dr. Quadcast.
It's finally
Nice doing business.
It's good to
with
be
you again.
finally back after a long break. All right, look. We're gonna make this short. We're gonna make this sweet, and we're gonna make this jacked. We have a few announcements. We're gonna talk about how shit college is. We're gonna talk about what else are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about our favorite parts of the week that are coming up. We have a big Friday coming up. We're gonna do some. I think we're gonna do some work Saturday morning after the Friday beatdown. We're gonna probably hang out with our friends. You know, probably play Duck Duck Goose. I'd say on our brand new carpet, and then we have some stuff to do. We bought mics. They suck, so we're gonna return them. We bought a mic. An audio adapter or connector. One of the two sucks. Got to return that. We're going to buy a whole new podcast. Our neighbor is going to help us with a podcast setup. He's also going to help us with no, that's it. And then we are going to launch some merch. You know how it is. We made shorts, we made beanies.
We'll talk about that too.
Now it's time for real merch. We're cooking up some ideas. We're in the lab. We're taking midterms right now. So, the new flow is a little wild. One thing before Joe and I start talking. A couple of things. First thing, shout out to Jojo Sestito, St. Rose class of 23. I think he's at FSU, right? Mm-hmm. FSU 27. Shout out Jojo. We love you. Brosif and I were editing our podcast at first, and Jojo reached out to us. So huge shout out to him. We love you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Name twin. Next thing is we changed our name. I know you all saw. I know we announced it. I know we said it, but we changed our name. Dr.Squats beanies are still out. Dr.Squats anti-average. These will be worth so much money. You have no idea.
You want to tell them why we changed our name?
I would really like if you bought this. So basically, anti-average is a website, and Dr. Squat is a person. His name is
Frederick
something.
Some bullshit. But he's nicknamed Dr. Squat.
I don't know if he has. I don't know if he's still alive. I didn't know who he was until my dad did a trademark search on Dr. Squats. Basically, our plan was to make a website, make a Shopify, put merch on that, ship that out to you guys, and hopefully scale our business because I see all these ads about Shopify and all these people doing Shopify. So we are in the absolute lab right now. We have to get a new setup. We have to put out new merch. We already have our new name and our new logo. Shout out Joe, for the new logo. Shit's dope. So yeah, new merch, new, completely new podcast setup. This is gonna be our last podcast until the end of spring break, which is March 17th. That's our last day. So hopefully the weekend after that, we'll have a podcast out for you guys. Stay tuned on all of our socials for any updates that we have. But yeah, those are pretty much the big updates. We love you. Thank you for sticking it out with us. We are, like I said, in the lab right now. So we got a lot of work to do. And Joe, how hard is it balancing all of the stuff that I just talked about and midterms and staying in shape and staying happy? How hard is it throwing a business into that? And how would you rank us among the other college kids?
Okay, so as you can imagine, all the things we're juggling right now, we're in this together, right? We're roommates and we're business partners. So I think as a first priority, we could both agree school. Got to keep our grades up. Got to keep our parents happy. And while we don't think it's as important of a priority, we do have to stay on top of it. Next, we have the business side of things. We want to set up our future. We want to become successful and pursue our dreams of inspiring people. And then next, we have the gym, staying in shape. You got to be healthy. We got to practice what we preach. We're a fitness brand. And then lastly, I would say socializing and partying. On the weekends, we do enjoy ourselves. That's how you balance life, honestly. You got to have fun, and you got to be on the grind.
That's a pretty big Mount Rushmore you got there. If you were to describe one sneaky subject that kind of throws you off with your routine, what would you say? So you mentioned
out of the things I mentioned,
you do. Let me recall. Sorry. So you do school is number one. I think family and God is one, but we'll talk about priorities. School is probably one. Number two is what'd you say? The business, and then number three is your social life. So what would you say? Would you say there's like
number three is health and fitness?
Would you say there's like a sneaky thing? Okay, so health and fitness. Because I was going to say I believe that It's insanely difficult. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it's insanely difficult managing ideas for. We literally built this out of your basement. We made the shorts in the
where we started.
$1 billion basement.
Technically, your car. I think is what
Technically, my car. Technically, your car.
Yeah, it was the OG.
Technically, the senior parking lot in your car. But it's really hard building something out of nothing, keeping our grades up, and doing that. So I want to discuss something with you today. I got out of bed. I went to the gym. I did my thing. And I think on the bus on the way to class today to take the final for my mini course, which is only half the semester.
How'd you do?
I think I aced it. I think I did really good. So yeah, thank you.
Nice.
But that aside, I have an exam tomorrow. Dan is not excited for that one. But what I was saying was I saw this kid who dropped out of high school today. 17 years old, he dropped out. This is not the guy that I sent you. I saw this kid, this random kid. I don't know his name. But he dropped out at 17, became a multimillionaire. That was 2016, 17, or 18, one of the three. That was a few years ago. Then, later on in the day, on the bus ride back, I saw the video that I actually sent you with the kid who dropped out of high school with his friend because they were failing. And then they turned a couple Shopify businesses into a $5 million business. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and then I will explain how my day was almost ruined by that.
Okay. So, I did want to backtrack to what I do or what I preach. God and family, that is very close to me. I do pray to God every day. I do call my parents every day. Just want to make that clear. I think you know that, but just for the sake of the conversation. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. That's all.
Okay. And then I just forgot the question you asked. What was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think I have a very similar Instagram page to you, too. When I see these kids, multimillionaires, I think I speak for both of us, but it actually pisses me off to the point where I'm trying to do something about it. Like, someone will see that and they'll get motivated for an hour, maybe go to the gym or whatever. But I see it all the time, and it gets me so angry that these kids are doing better than me. And you're thinking, like, why them and not me? So that's why I said so. I mean, we started this, 2021. We're just trying to build up our brand right now. It is really tough, especially right now. It's midterm week. But, we just got to keep grinding. And I do think we're on the right path right now. We do have to come up with a clothing brand and an idea for the tanks.
We still have a checklist. We will always have a checklist.
I think we should work on that tonight. Like, just make the Instagram account.
We can do that.
JDB.
We can do that. We can come up with a name.
I thought we wrote it down.
We could do Alpha Attire. We could
Alpha
do
Attire.
How did you like that? We could do something else.
I like it. And then I think, Duke Gomez. So, you know how he does the photo shoots on his Instagram?
Oh, with the merch?
Like something like that, where like...
We should do that for our merch.
People rep his merch. That's what I thought.
Do you want to do... Which one do you want to do first?
So...
The tank top?
First things
Rip
first.
Dr.Squats. That's my vote.
First off, we got to make the account. And then we got to figure out a way to design it. Now, I think spring break, once you're back from vacation, we take an hour out of each day to meet up, business, whatever the shit, okay? We could meet up with a manufacturer, and maybe they could be the ones to design.
I think after this, we should email a couple manufacturing firms and see if we could get in contact with them for our new merch. Be like, yo, we're a small business, and we were wondering if you were interested in talking to us about a business deal. And if they like charge too much or they're not interested, or I don't know, because we need an audience before we need a manufacturing joint, right? I think this should be a conversation. I think I should call my dad tomorrow, talk about this with him.
Yeah, because he knows, like,
he's got some good ideas. Yeah, he's got some affiliate marketing. What's the word? Experience. So
the Rip Dr.Squats thing, I think we should.
I think it should literally just be like a headstone and then Dr.Squats, and then like a dumbbell in front of it.
You think people would buy that?
If people don't buy that, I will run a naked mile. We do 3 and make a poll because our polls don't get many votes. Our stories don't get many views, and our polls don't get many votes.
Well, we could repost on our main stories, which we have not been doing.
Yeah, but those don't get a lot of views either.
Try it out. See what happens.
We'll give it a shot for sure.
Maybe one person will be like, yo, this is really fire. No one else.
What were we talking about before this? Dropping out? Oh, I actually wanted to talk about dropping out. So, I talked about switching my major from exercise science to marketing a little bit. And I was just like thinking about dropping out, but I wasn't like on the fence, like between not dropping out and dropping out. I'm obviously not going to drop out, and I have a full year ahead of me. After I have 2 more semesters after this in the house, so even if shit hits the fan expeditiously, I will still be here. At I will probably just do another 3 semesters after next year. That's my plan. So I'm probably going to thug it out. The only reason I was really thinking about dropping out today was the guys in the Lambos who, like, you know, sorry, not the guys in the Lambos, the teenagers who made a lot of money off of dropping out of school and doing that. It's really hard not to call my dad and tell him about all these people that I've been seeing on the internet get out of
It's
school,
not like he knows or he sees it.
get to making the money early, and then he says that it's either a fake video or it's really hard having a conversation with somebody who knows so much more than you, because deep down, like you said last night, I know we talked about this, I don't like being wrong. I'll admit to it. I hate it. I hate being wrong. I'm super competitive. I know you're the same way. Like, I always want to be out in front. I want to be a step ahead. And being in college, like, that's really dimmed down for me. Like, I've really lost a little bit of ambition, and I'll be the first to admit it. Like, the partying has got ahead of me last semester, and that's why I didn't do so well in school. And now I'm here, and I'm just trying to get my groove back. And there's days where I catch myself scrolling through TikTok, and I just kind of literally power my phone off, put it head down, and I mean face down, and get on my desk and get to work. But there's so many things ahead of me that I just like push away. We only have so much time in this earth. I'm not going to get all philosophical about all that, but I really want to make the most of being here. And sitting here in this dorm makes me feel like I'm wasting my life away. And maybe in 5 years, I'll be like, oh, wow, I was so naive. And, that actually really did help me. And I've made a ton of friends. I love a lot of the people here. Obviously, our campus and our building, even, we got really unlucky. But I just want you to know from man to man that I think about dropping out, working on JDB Fit every
The
day,
original JDB.
every single day. I think about calling my dad, telling him I don't want to be here anymore, breaking the lease and leaving. I think about it at least for 5 minutes a day, every day. But I'm here and I'm thugging it out, and it's the hard thing to do, which is why I'm going to do it. And I only have so much time here on Earth, and even less time here at Rutgers, and it sucks. It sucks waking up in this prison cell looking box
I'm
in
at
this
this
shitty
point
bed.
where every
Sucks.
day I'm looking around and I feel like everything is just controlled by the government. And this might be crazy to say,
I've thought about that.
but like everything, they're trying to do everything in their power to keep us from under them. Because think about it, like I forget who I heard this from, but say you're in a 5-versus-5 basketball game and the winner gets $10,000. There's no refs, nothing. Aren't you going to try to cheat
100%.
for $10,000? There's no refs or anything.
100%.
So that's what I think, the people higher up are doing. I see these kids walking around Rutgers with eye bags, studying for hours upon end on a test that really doesn't even matter, taking drugs just to memorize it and stay up. I refuse to do that. I'd rather fail, but I don't give a fuck about college, to be honest. Because I know no matter what, I can't fail. You have to have that self-belief. Like, it's just my discipline is too high for me to be a fuck up. That might sound cocky, but it's just like self-belief.
What is the point you're driving here?
What?
So you think that you are on top of the world. That is 100% a great mindset. And I wish that I can install that into my life.
I don't think
I hope somebody hearing this does the same. I hope that somebody out there who thinks that they're down looks in the mirror and does what David Goggins did. David Goggins was fat. He looked in the mirror and he said, "You're fat, you're dumb," and he didn't lie to himself. He turned his shit around. He gained knowledge. He gained strength. He lost weight. And he turned his shit around. That's the short story. But, you set yourself up well. And you do good for yourself. And I know I make fun of it, but, you take your vitamins. You get your sleep. You eat your food. You work out. And, you work hard enough to afford goof off time. And I did not do that last semester. Senior year, I was a dog. I know I went to St. Rose. I didn't do any work, but I was in the gym after school every day. I would go to work. Junior year, I would bike to school, bike to work, bike to the gym, bike home. I was a dog. And I'm not going to say I'm not anymore because I, like you, I will never not be the best in my own head because there's nobody that will ever love or hate you more than you.
It's not thinking that you're the best now. It's thinking that you will be the best eventually. And the thing is, like, you have to, like what David Goggins did, look in the mirror and be real with yourself. Even if I try to be valedictorian in the grade, get a high GPA, all honors, whatever, and get this job where I'm just trapped. I don't even fuck with college. And that's nowhere near as much as a 9 to 5 is. The average person lives a 9 to 5 in the weekdays and parties on the weekends. Fuck that. Okay? I know we were talking about this last night, but you see these old people who are like retired and they wish they could go back to our age and wish they could come back to college. Millionaires don't do that. Millionaires don't wish that they could go back to college because they know what they're doing now. It's not, my goal isn't to be rich. It's just to be free. But being free, you kind of have to be rich. That's the goal.
The thing is, like, college, in my opinion, it's all about learning. And like I said, you learn your entire life. That's kind of counterintuitive. And the reason I say that is because in college, you come here to do what you did in high school. It was really pissing me off. You come here to do what you did in high school. You sit down, you learn a subject, you memorize as much as you physically, mentally, and literally to the maximum of your human capacity can. You come back, you get an 80. You get a 90. Hell, if you get a 100, I don't care. I got a bad grade almost every single week last semester, and it didn't bother me because I was so worried about the outcome of this business and the outcome of literally anything else. I can't like put my 100% into school because I don't care about it. I don't love it, and I love the business. I love working out. That's why I work out so hard. That's why I dedicate so much time to my friends because I love them and my business. And I know I'm a confused teenager, but I really don't care. I want to bet on myself. I want to do what Mr. Beast did. I saw this thing today, this TikTok that this guy Colin made, and someone went up to him and said, "Do you like Trump or Biden?" And then he went on this rant about he's a fiend for like weed, so they called it a fiend rant, which is actually pretty funny.
I know.
Oh, you know Colin?
Yeah.
So he went on a fiend rant about how politics is one of many. This is going to be a very
Okay, don't be political.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's kind of like a way of separating the world. If you think about it, it's a way of separating our country and making us easier to control by the government. Now, I'm only bringing this up because I thought about it on a wider scale. The world is controlled by some form of government that I'm not very aware of. But I was talking to my dad a little while back, and he told me that we had to do all of this marketing and all of this work for our business, make a name, make a logo. And I said, I don't know, to something. And he texted me after the call was done, and he said, you don't know because you're in school to know. Or he said, no. He said, I heard that you say you don't know, and I know you don't know, and that's why you're in school, to learn. Now, my point is, school is here for us to do, like I said, the subject. You learn the subject, you memorize the subject, you reproduce the subject on a paper
I didn't memorize anything from high school.
Or regular test, but I don't remember anything. The purpose of college is actually not that. It's to gain knowledge, experience, and connections. Not knowledge like, your astronomy class for a finance major. That is the reason I hate prerequisites. Prereq classes. I'm not even going to say the full name. Fuck you, prerequisites. I don't understand. Why do I have to be here for 4 years? Why do I need to collect 120 credits? Why can't I take 2 years worth of, what is that? 20 classes worth of something that I like for my major, exercise science, kinesiology, physics, whatever. I have to take mathematics of money, which is actually a good class, or like general psychology. It's just like it has nothing to do with what I want to do in life, and I have to take like college writing and like calculus. Why do I have to take calculus to be an exercise science major? I really, really, really was strongly on the fence of just calling my dad and talking to him today, but I realized that
dropping out.
He was going to tell me that he was just going to tell me that I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know what I'm talking about, And yeah, so that is where the passion for Dr. Squats, aka 23 Legs, aka now known as JDB Fit, comes from.
JDB.
That is the fire that's burning inside of my heart. Everything I just said is just what goes through my head every day. And I know it may be like, what the fuck did this kid just rant on about? But it's just like it's what goes through my head. It's what I wake up and I think about. I think about, I don't like it here. Why am I not a millionaire yet? Why do people tell me that I'm not experienced yet and I've been here for 18 years? What was the point of those first 18 years? I didn't do anything. And now I'm here for another however many, hopefully 82 plus years. And I don't understand. Like people say life is short, but then people say life is long. You know, someone says one thing and then someone says another thing. Life just feels like a bipolar roller coaster. And I want to get the fuck off and do my own thing and be on my own road. And I'm only here to please my parents, to make my parents happy.
There was this quote that you just remind me of. A man has two lives, and the second one starts when he realizes he only has one. And that just hit me. No, that could be on our tank, but that just hit me so much because it's like I agree with everything you said, and I think a lot of college kids try to hide it. With
Why don't you just
partying,
deal
with
with it?
drugs. However, I think you're speaking for most of us because again, we do more than the average college kid. Like I don't even know what the average kid he just goes to school, maybe a club or something. I don't know, but we're really trying to make. I don't know how they're not depressed. I'm not saying we're depressed, but we're confused, and we're really not enjoying our time here. We're thugging it out, and we're going with the flow, to be honest. And I'm excited to see what's to come. I did want to mention though, our situation. You and me, it's kind of a weird friendship, I'd say.
Oh, our relationship?
We're roommates / friends for a while / business partners / usually gym partners.
Workout partners. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, it's very tough because one of us is looking at it from a business side and the other one's looking at it from a friend side. A lot of the times we put our egos in the mix. Like you said earlier, we're very competitive. We never want to be wrong. And that's just, it's a weird combination because we always fight. If you ask anyone that is somewhat close with us, they'll say we're a married couple. And it's just, I mean, they're right, to be honest. We always yell. But the things that came to me is I've been fighting with this kid so much. If I haven't stopped talking to him now, I don't know what else he could do. Because we've really done everything.
I said it last night and I'm going to say it again. If Joe burned my house down, I would probably walk out of the fire and call him short. I just want it to be known that the only reason that we are still in business together is it has to be God. It has to be. I have never, ever argued with anyone half as much as Joe and still talk to them. Ever. And that is so genuine. We wake up every day,
It is
and there is something that's the other person did that the person who just woke up did not like. It's the alarm from the Rocky alarm from the first day to the whole bed argument. But it's good. There's a fire inside of us that is so competitive, and yes, we use it against each other at times. But if you think about it, in high school, people in the hallways used to say leg day, 23 legs, Dr. Squats. I don't know if it was fandom. I don't know if it was them making
I don't
fun
really
of me,
care.
but it didn't faze me. Because there's nobody that makes fun of me more than you. And there's nobody that hates me more than you, and vice versa. Yeah. But at the same time, like, yeah, now we sound like a married couple, obviously. And, but yeah, fucking nice. But I think we really have something special here with JDB Fit. And, our chemistry is obviously great. We don't agree on everything. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We fight all the time. I can't believe we haven't dragged someone into this business with us and then they just left at this point. Because if there was a third man in this, they would have been gone a year ago. Mm-hmm. Tops a year ago. So, but I just wanted to add my piece there. And
it's been quite a journey.
And yeah, man.
I actually we how did we even become roommates? I swear to God, I remember the story. It was like we were walking out of the gym and Dan was like, yo, I'm going to Rutgers, by the way. And I'm like, yo, me too. And he's like, yo, you want to be roommates? I'm like, word. That's it. That
we
is
told
literally it.
a abundance of people that we were going to be roommates, and they were like, who are you rooming with? And I was like, Joe.
We didn't
Well, he
even
was
plan
like,
it.
Dan. And there was one spontaneous motherfucking day, and everybody was just like,
They didn't think we'd stay
someone.
together.
Nobody believed in us for being roommates, and mark my words, we're going to be business partners until we blow up. And I don't know where this is going to end. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, to be honest.
Just know we're going to
But
be successful, my friend.
we're going to put every single ounce of heart and every last beat into it.
Yeah, and that just reminds me of this quote that I have written down to end the pod. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Amen to that. We love you. Thank you for watching. And Broseph, any closing remarks for the people? I think that quote was beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. This is Daniel. This is Joseph. Thank you so much for watching. Send this to your mom, your grandmom, and the grandmom after that. We love you. If you didn't love this, your penis is small.
Balls.